So I'm not knocking the Taoist sexual transmutation process at all. I did that stuff for years. I really did. And what it ended up being was just a strong way to, and also justification to carry on with this edging and getting this dopamine hit. Because basically you're being told that you can do this any time you want. You can sit down, you can arouse yourself, get yourself up to 85, 90% to where the energy's not ready to come out, but almost there. And then you lock it, and then you use your breath, and you can apply Ashwini Mudra or these different bandhas and mudras and start to bring the life force up through you can say the energy body, where the micro orbit is. And then you can, every time you start a little easy, meaning there's 7 chakras. There's more, but let's make things simple. We don't even need to. I like making it even more simple. Not even talk about it, but we're talking about it. So you bring it up every time you hit like the first chakra, the earth chakra, the Muladhara chakra. That's a success. You get used to that, and then you bring to the next chakra, the Sadaswanya. I can't say these Sanskrit names. I live in Ecuador, and that's why I don't learn. I learned Spanish. I've been here 7 years, and I still just know survival Spanish. I don't have the natural aptitude to pick these things up. And then somebody will say, well, you need to focus and practice harder. I said, nah, man, I don't want to. So as long as I know what I'm saying, then I'm good. So you get used to bringing this energy up. You get used to these centers, these energy centers in your body, and then when you get it all the way up to the top, then you can circulate it and then bring it back down through the front of your spine. You're using your subtle spine to do this work. Okay, I just wanted to give an introduction on that. I don't want to spend time talking about too much the mechanics on how to do it, because I'm not really a proponent of it. Now, I'm not against it, because I'm not against anything. The main benefit that it gave me was seeing that it doesn't give me any benefits. This is a lot of things though in life, how that works, you know. Because I was a dopamine addict. I wanted dopamine, but I didn't want to suffer the effects of losing my life force in the process of getting dopamine. So it's like, how can I do my drug but not suffer the consequences? This was the conundrum. This is what I wanted to figure out. And then lo and behold, whoa, Taoist, tantric practices. Wow, I can, like Mantak Chia's book, Masturbate Your Way to Heaven. You see, and then of course, like you're the dopamine addict's going to be all over that. Yeah, this is spiritual. This is spiritual, and I'm increasing my manifestation power and all that stuff. And it sounds like I'm making fun of this, but I can't help it. I'm going to get to in a little bit, I'm going to get to who this practice might be good for, but it's not for many. And I don't know how they make these books. Like, if they're a true, you can say, master, and they really have realization of how this energy works, how are you going to make a book and market it to the collective public? Because nobody's ready for this level. Like, everyone that's pretty much interested in these topics, they have some dopamine, sex, lust addiction, edging addiction. So then you're going to tell them, to masturbate your way to heaven? That's just giving the ultimate justification and rationalization to the addict mind so it can keep doing it. That was the whole thing. That's why I kept doing it. Because I used Taoist lineage to back my justification. I said, nah, man, like the great monks did it and do it, and, what's the problem? Later I found out what the problem was. I couldn't deny it. It makes the nervous system weaker. I couldn't deny that anymore. And when I stopped doing it, nervous system started to feel better. I said, doesn't matter now what the monks say. I have direct experience. I have the contrast. I've done both. And I didn't just try the Taoist stuff for a few days. I did it for years because I'm a dopamine addict. And I saw clearly, like, no, this isn't for me. Like, it's just not for me. You got to realize the difference between dopamine secretions and true sexual energy, because there's a difference. Sexual energy is more chill. It's more sattvic. It's energy. Dopamine secretions are like a hit. You're getting a hit. It's a drug. It's a difference. I'm going to make a video, tantric sexual energy. Because it feels like I'm on a roll now, talking about this sublimation energy and all this stuff. So now, if it's really your destiny to cultivate this city or this power, there's a lot of powers. You could be a tantric master. You could be a breatharian. You could levitate. If you spend enough time, probably take more than one lifetime, but if that's your real destiny to become proficient at these things, to have some power. What does a superpower mean? It means that not everybody's doing it. Very few people do it. It's an exclusive. From the level of mind and duality, it's very exclusive. It's like, whoa, this guy can actually meditate, and he can sit and meditate. Well, how does he do that? He's a miracle. Not really. If you perfect your diet and you perfect these bandhas and mudras, and you eat very little and you don't waste any energy at all through your talk, through your lifestyle, in everything, and you start to really get aware of this subtle energetic level, your energy body, and you can start to control it, and these locks become so strong that you can just pull yourself up. That's what they do. Do you want to do that? Is that your goal? See, most people, if they really want to do that, it's an ego thing. If it's true destiny, you just find yourself doing it. You're born in India, you meet some of these advanced yogis maybe living in the Himalayas, and they'll show you how to do it. But you're like, it's an authentic thing. It's just your destiny, Sun's coming. Same with breatharian. I got a taste of how that would be to really transition. The body would transition to where it doesn't need food or water, because I was an dry fasting addict for like a year, and I dry fasted every week for at least 3, 4, 5 days, and I just experimented with it. And then I would go run up mountains and hills and be like, damn, like, how do I do that? I haven't even ate or drank anything. Like, I'm Superman. But then I'd go home and I'd crash. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna die. But your body can adjust if you want to put in the work and do that. But I'm like, I don't want to spend my whole life doing that. It's the same with this sexual energy transmutation. It's like, for what? What's the end goal? You got to know what your main purpose in life is. The main purpose in life is to realize our source self, you can say. That's what gives inner contentment and peace, not these powers. These powers, they don't do that. You're going to feel some benefits, of course, if you can control your energy on that level, and if you're a breatharian and you don't eat any of this, because the whole world's toxic, you don't eat any, but there's duality. What if you'd have to live out in the woods to really do that, right? If you go into society and then you're so sensitive. That's the thing. I was so sensitive, I'm telling you, I'd be sitting here and I wouldn't know the dream state and waking state, they just kind of merged. I'm like, this is trippy. I missed my primitiveness, and so I stopped dry fasting. It just wasn't good for the nervous system either, let me tell you, especially if you already have a weak nervous system. But there's these agoris in India, these yogis. Now see, this is an example where it's their destiny. You can control this energy to the point they would elongate their penis. They could make it a couple feet if they wanted. And then the girls also get into this. They could create so much electricity in their vagina. And so then you'd have the guy with his elongated penis be like, check this. She'd be like, yeah, bring it. And then she'd shock it. This is the play on that level, And, if they used it in a dark way, the guy they master the sublimation of energy. there's like stages. They would put their penis first in water, and they could suck water up. You can find a video of that actually on YouTube. This is all usually in India. They can suck water up. Their lock is so strong, they can put their penis in a bucket of water and suck the water up. Next stage, milk, because it's a little thicker. Those are more advanced stages. Guess what the stage is after that? Mercury. They can suck mercury up their urethra. I mean, this is next level stuff. Now the mind is like, well, it's interesting. I'll admit, if I saw Nagori right now and he wanted to demonstrate how he could suck mercury up through his penis, yeah, I'd probably even video it. I haven't there's some people video everything. I never have done that. I like videoing dogs and cats because it's fun. But if somebody did that, I'd video it. And I'd put it up and go viral. All right, so let me know, man, if that helped you a little bit. And if you want to do this practice, try it out. I did. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not like, oh, he's stupid. He wants to do the practice. Do whatever you want to do. That's what we're here to do. And if you find out it's not for you, good. Then you can be more focused on just going inside and realizing your true power, your true self. Those are the true benefits. We can have all these power. We can fly around. And, okay, it'll get boring. Yeah. All right. Have a good day.